So today we're going to be doing fountain pens. This here is our diagram. We have all the required bushings. They're all going to be kind of skinny due to the whole blank size thing, but that's how it goes. Alright, so here we're going to be sizing the blank down to, I believe, a 3-inch long piece, and then we're going to be doing a smaller piece that's about 1 inch and a 1/16. So we cut this on the bandsaw after marking with the previous brass tube. Alright, so we got to get these fountain pens here. We got to get them marked. So here we're going to be marking the fountain pens with an X to show center. We just take a flat piece and put it corner to corner, and then corner to corner again, and there you have approximately center. Okay, so instead of doing our drill press method, we can get these drilled by the lathe method. Now the lathe method entails you put your blank in the jaws of a 4-jaw chuck with these finger attachments. I need way more than that. Oh, man. Well, I need a new chuck. Or a new 4-jaw. Because this one is suddenly being temperamental if you move it like a quarter past. And the issue is that I do that all the time for pen blank. So the next step of the process is going to be drilling the 3-inch blank with a 10.5mm drill bit. This is for the lower tube, so yeah, volume is reduced because this is loud. Don't you just love how squeaky that stupid drill bit is? So now we are drilling the upper tube with a 12.5mm high-speed steel drill bit. So now after drilling, we have to glue in these brass tubes. Unfortunately, I didn't catch this on camera because it's boring and annoying to catch on camera. So we wait a day after gluing in these brass sleeves, and now we are able to turn it. So now we use about 1 inch roughing gouge, which is going to help us round the square blanks and allow us to get into the shaping phase. Not round yet. I need to move this though. So now these are just about round with very little flat spots. That's what I did with the tool. You put the tool on top of the blanks as they're spinning, and if it juts around a bunch, that means it's not round. I was checking for roundness there. Now we move on to our 1/2 inch roughing gouge. So now, in the shaping phase, the first step is to get the ends of the blanks close to the same diameter as the bushings. This ensures that there isn't going to be a major gap or, you know, an awful transition from metal to the wood. Several light cuts with high-speed steel tools are actually better than multiple deep cuts because it actually leaves a smoother surface finish, reducing the need for sanding. So the next thing is we're going to be doing a double notch on this pen because, well, I think it looks cool and it gives you a place to grab on the cap. Always cut a little deeper than you need to because sanding will reduce the depth of your notching, so go more extreme than you need to. So now we're moving on to the sanding phase. We're going to start with a 180 grit sandpaper. We're going to try and start at a higher grit than you normally would because of the smooth finish from the high-speed steel. Next is the finishing phase. We use Star Bond thin super glue. The first coat is always absorbed by the wood, so it dries fairly quickly. This is going to kind of stabilize the wood, prevent it from warping and cracking over time. We kind of do a little bit overboard with the amount of coats I did. Yeah. And really and truly, each coat takes about 3 minutes to dry fully, except for the first two. So I really shouldn't have spent half an hour doing super glue finish, but, well, I don't think anything's ever going to get through it. With how much gets put in them. So right now what we're doing is we're filling the wood with super glue. It'll act like a nice stabilizer for it. Smoky. So we want to get as much super glue in here as possible. Alright, I need to go inside and go grab. I think we'll be good to try it. Our paper towel is absorbing quite a bit of the super glue, and I want a thinner or a thicker coat for this one, so it'll absorb into the wood, hopefully, is my theory. Same for sandpaper. I'm gonna level it out. Get it nice and smooth. That's actually really close, but it's inconsistent in color. So this is leveling. I'm just gonna polish it. So now, after acting like a total clown for 30 minutes of putting too many coats of super glue, we are now in the polishing phase. Putting a good coat of super glue on it. So looks good. I need to use the pliers on that one. The next part is going to be sanding the edges down of the brass, because a little bit of super glue always gets there, and you don't want to get like super glue in between the parts as you're assembling. And then I do another reaming of glue from the tubes to again try and prevent cracking. Can you tell that I've done this before? And that I have done all the steps, and all my progress just went away, gone with the wind, all for naught, because I didn't do these specific steps. Assembly is awful. If your car is making these noises, it's probably either a Ford or a real wore-out Chevy. Can you shut up? I was talking. Oh boy, here comes assembly, my absolute favorite. Because this is where pens are born and dreams go to die. Alright. For the clip. Also, I can't tell you just how much I hate assembling these clips. They're so annoying. They just pop out of place. They run away like the gingerbread man. You can't catch me. I'm a stupid pin clip. When I tell you I've not concentrated this hard in my life, well, that wouldn't be true. I mean, algebra is pretty hard, but this is still takes a lot out of me. What's that? Oh, that's just my fingers popping. These are identical pieces, so you can just put it in on whichever one. So... Then there's no ink in it. You're not supposed to store ink in these at all. So if I put the empty ink pump in, then I can have it, you know, ready to go for display purposes. I'm gonna put it in looking like that. And I put you in. Okay. And there she is, a beautiful Sapele Mahogany Fountain Pen with my fountain pen standard notches. I think it looks great, nice and shiny, very good pen.